and welcome back to another HSO Intermission. A couple weeks ago, we talked to Johannes and Clara about their bird and what things are like in California. And today I thought we could check in again and see what universities and colleges are doing in response to this COVID virus and the pandemic and the various shutdowns, different places. Lots of universities are doing different things, and they both teach at different places. So I'm wondering, Johannes and Clara, if you could tell us a little bit about, what your role is in terms of jobs, and then how your schools are responding, maybe in a general sense, and then also how on earth do you do music when you're trying to be shut down and online?
So between the two of us, we work for 3 different universities, right? So my main job is at California State University, Long Beach. And I'm the chair of the music department, and I also conduct the orchestra. So right now, since orchestra isn't really happening, I'm focused mostly on the administrative stuff. And so for us, we went through several rounds of what can we do in the summer, right? Could we have a super mini wind ensemble outside, or could we have a mini choir of 8 people with face shields? That went through several rounds, and finally the Long Beach Health Department, with increasing numbers, shut it down. So the only thing that we're able to do is a small string ensemble, because that is still safe, with masks and no more than 14 people. So we have 28 strings that are actually in Long Beach. So we'll have 2 groups of 14 each. And other university students are in other parts of the state. And so they meet and rehearse. And then also pianists have access to practice rooms, and percussionists have access to their practice rooms. This is sort of like, bare minimum of just keeping operations going. And this will stay until January. So now we're trying to figure out what, if any, we will be doing in the spring.
So just to follow up on that, if you have a group of string students who are all Long Beach students, but they all live in a different city, then they're meeting together? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
They're not meeting, only the local people. We have like 40 string players total, so we have 28 that are local that are meeting in person separately. And the others, we have alternative music making classes that they can take instead of ensembles. So songwriting, arranging, recording studio, and just things that work better online. We substitute those in for this year. Okay.
How about you, Clara? What are your schools doing in response?
One of my schools is a community college, so we're all online. And what I do is I coach vocalists there. So what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks is made tons of recordings for the kids. They're just piano tracks so they can learn their songs. With Chapman, we had originally planned to be in person, somewhat of hybrid, but that's before the number went up back in June. So right now we're completely remote. But faculty does have access to campus, so sometimes I do go on campus just to access the technology and also the air conditioning. But we're hoping to go back in person maybe in the end of September if the number continues to drop. So what that means is they will have a little bit of choir with singer masks. They're a little longer, which they have already purchased, and a little bit of small ensemble. And for me, I would want to work with instrumentalists in person in a big room. Completely socially distanced.
So you're not in a small studio or in a practice room, but you're in a big classroom and are far apart. Yeah, I think a lot of the music programs are doing that in various places. Yeah. Music is hard to do at this time. There's no good way to do music when people are in 2 different places.
Yes.
What's interesting is my brother, of course, teaches music in Germany, and they had a different response to the pandemic right away, and they are all back together. So he's conducting bands. They're all more distanced, but they're all together, and it's almost back to normal, which is amazing.
Yeah. It's the same thing in Taiwan. They even have concerts now in concert halls, but people wear masks. So
we're still a little bit behind.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that day. I really miss it.
Right.
So one more question to close. What's it like to live with another musician?
Well, when we don't want to spend
How do you manage
When we don't
your
want to spend a lot
schedules?
of money on entertainment, we
Yeah.
play four-hand piano, and that's really funny
Okay.
because she's so good and I'm not, and so we fight over who gets to play the easy part, and we do that sometimes for our friends as a party trick. So that's really good.
How do you manage your schedules in normal times? Because I mean, right now I'm sure you're home a lot, but normal times, musician schedules are wild and wacky.
We have a scheduling meeting in the beginning of the semester, about every semester, and we pull out our calendars and look at the entire semester and figure out when we can take a weekend or take a couple of days to go away and just have a long time. Yeah.
We sort of rearranged it. We because I also work on Sundays, right? I have the youth orchestra on Sunday afternoons, and I have church in the morning. So Sundays are total work days. So what we try to do is really protect the Saturday as much as possible, and that's hard sometimes.
Sometimes for me.
So we do look forward to spending vacations together in the summer and winter as much as possible. But it's also good to live with somebody who understands the demands on a schedule. If I would be married to a non-musician, I think I would have to constantly explain why I'm so busy. So
yeah, why you have to keep taking off and flying to Holland.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we appreciate that, and thanks for sharing him, Clara. We're always happy when he comes to Holland, and looking forward to that time again. Not sure when, but sometime.
So hopefully so.
Yeah. Well, thanks once again for joining me for one of these times, and thanks to all of you for watching, and we'll see you again in a week. Take care.